Don't you lose sight of what you want.
Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to World of Warships with the Hive Hound. And today we're taking the New Orleans out for a little spin. So, whilst waiting to get in a battle, a quick introduction to the ship. The New Orleans class cruiser was the last type of cruiser to come under the treaty laws that prevented ships being over 100 or 10,000 long tons. The New Orleans itself is a very, very famous battleship, being one of the highest decorated ships of World War II, receiving over 17 battle stars herself, along with her two sister ships, the San Francisco and the Minneapolis. And, so we're getting into the battle. So we're divisioned up with Kuvaris here, right in front of us, and Venom. They've dropped us smoke right at the start. We have a Colorado. We're completely hidden. So whilst we're hidden, we're going to make hay whilst the sun shines. And he's slightly angled, so I'm not going to use armor piercing here. We're going to focus on using high explosive and try and get some fires going. So we set our first fire, and he almost immediately puts it out. So because obviously he's going to be on his repair party is going to be working its magic, and he's going to be impervious to fire for a little bit. We switch to the Amagi, and then switch back to the Colorado, because now obviously he can't use his repair party, so if we set a fire, that's going to burn for the full minute. And we're about to see how exactly you don't play a New Orleans. So he's detected, he's out in the open, he can see shots coming, and yet he's sailing broadside. Now, although the New Orleans is classed as a heavy cruiser, it's classed as a heavy cruiser because it has 8-inch guns. It's not a heavy cruiser because it's got lots of armour, because it doesn't. As you can see, 3 citadels there with our first salvo. Now, as you can see, it continues to sail in a straight line. Absolutely no change to course and direction. And exactly the same thing happens, giving ourselves a further 3 citadels, and we also knock out his engine. I'm not entirely sure. He seems to be completely oblivious to the fact that he's being lit up by myself. So one more salvo, and that should be the end of the New Orleans. And there we go, picking up another citadel hit and our first kill of the match. Now, we don't have smoke screen. We're exposed. We're sitting broadside. Not the best tactic, as we've just seen. So the first thing we do, we start accelerating, turning away, using trying to make ourselves less of a target. Obviously, if you're sitting there broadside, you're going to get focused. We take some return hits from that Amagi, and then follow-up shots by the Colorado, knocking just over 1,000 hit points off us. So we keep sailing away. The idea here is, don't be a priority target. There's 2 battleships right by me. Battleships have far more HP, hit points, so they can take a bit of a beating. They can also repair. In your cruiser, you can't. So my plan here is to get around behind the battleships, and so they hopefully become the priority target for the ships chasing us, and continue the reign of destruction with high explosives. We're already on 75,000 damage, which is a pretty good start, I'd say, for a cruiser within the first 5 minutes of the battle. As we turn around our last battleship here, obviously the Colorado is completely out of our range now. The only ship that we have in our sights is the Amagi, so we're going to assist our team as much as we can by trying to kill that as fast as possible. And our long range HE shots go in, and we get another fire. This is our 4th fire so far of the match. Notice how I aim slightly further forward there. There's a total of 4 points on a ship where you can set fires. The Amagi's burnt its repair kit. So, and to set fires in those 4 different locations, the rear of the ship, the very front of the ship, and you can get 2 fires in the center of the ship. That fire is now obviously going to burn for the full duration because his repair kit is just off cooldown. So yeah, so you will see me adjusting my aim slightly. See, we hit the rear again there, so I'm giving him a bit more lead, trying to get a central fire going. Because obviously the fire damage racks up over time, and if you've got 2 or 3 fires on a ship, they're going to go down significantly quicker. So we're turning back in because he is getting to the end of our range. Obviously we've upset the Amagi with all our fires and high explosive damage, so he's taking shots at us. We're down to 6,000 HP, but just because you're low on health, never think, right, oh well, that's it, I might as well just try and do however much damage I can do. Because whilst you've still got all your guns, you can still do as much damage as if you're a full HP ship. So we're turning, getting our fires off. He's obviously focusing on our friend Venom there. And there, he's gone. We didn't pick up the kill, but we did do, at least 30,000 damage to the Amagi on top. So, switching back to the Colorado. Again, I know I'm just using, it looks like I'm just spamming HE, but he is angled. So there's absolutely no point in trying to fire AP. It's just all going to bounce off the side of his ship. So same thing, see as we're kiting away, we're angled, giving us the option to use all of our guns. Granted, I could have changed to AP there, but he is turning and he is beginning to run away from us. We're just trying to get a final fire, so that's 2 fires that we have going on the Colorado. Again, focusing on our friend Venom there, and Venom unfortunately meets his untimely end. But thanks to Gavaris and Venom, they did provide really good support right at the start of the battle, keeping everything spotted, laying smoke screens, which is exactly how destroyers should work. All right, you know, they didn't cap the flag, but there was a destroyer, a cruiser, and 3 battleships. Completely understandable to move away, but they did give us the time we needed and the assistance we needed to absolutely dominate the space. Kuvaris now that we've cleared the majority of the enemies, is coming back in to get the cap and try and help us maintain this points lead we've got from kills, with obviously the enemy having 2 caps to our 1. And there we just hit our first high caliber medal. We're on 130,000 damage, and again the Nagato is under fire from everyone else, so we get 2 fires in a single salvo, and we are going to continue to burns his repair kit, so we're going to continue to try and create fires. He's very close to his end, and there we go. So we're still on, well, we may only be on 1 kill, but we've been incredibly valuable to our team. 138,000 damage, half of that coming from being less than 700 hit points left, which is why I always state the importance of understanding that, you know, just because you've got no hit points left doesn't mean that you automatically become useless to your team. So there's just a cruiser and a battleship left. There's a fellow New Orleans on the enemy team, and I believe the King George is right at the southeastern side of the map, so we may not get an opportunity to get any more shots in off him. So as you can see, the New Orleans is full health currently. Our fellow Captain Kuvaris there is successfully capped A, and I'm assuming he's waiting there to set up some sort of torpedo run. So we're trying to get into range of the New Orleans whilst he's spotted and get ourselves a salvo off. As you can see, we've switched to armor piercing ready because it's broadside New Orleans, And everyone's seen what happened to the last one that decided to sail broadside to us. Slowly but surely closing the distance in the final minutes of this match. He's turned, so we're going to hold our fire. We could shoot at him, but it'd be a waste of a salvo. He's not turning, so we continue. We decide, okay, not much else we can do. Let's fire our guns off. He's kiting directly towards us, making himself a particularly hard target at the moment. As we score our first couple of hits against the New Orleans there, and there he goes. The final mistake he'll make of the match. He turns completely broadside to a fellow New Orleans. We get a couple of good penetrating shots. We turn away to protect our very weak broadside. Take 2,000 damage. And return with 3 citadels and 15,000 damage, I believe, and that is pretty much the end of this match now. So just like to again reiterate, doesn't matter. You can have 10,000 hit points or you can have 1. Your ship is always valuable, and YOLOing is never a good idea. And exactly how to play cruisers. I want to take advantage of the concealment and take advantage of causing fires on battleships when the opportunity arises, like it did with both those New Orleans. If you've got the broadside, switch to AP, get those citadel shots, those high penetration damages, and get them out of the match as soon as possible. And again, a shout out to my friends there, Kuvaris and Venom, for joining in the battle, providing that good smokescreen cover, doing exactly what destroyers should do. They in this battle they played a very good supporting role. They came back, they capped the flag, they distracted the battleships, which is how Venom died, but it did give us the opportunity to kill him. So we finished that battle on 140 penetrating shots. Or shots hit, sorry, they didn't all penetrate, obviously. 9 fires, 4 incapacitations, 10 citadels against fellow New Orleans, 2 kills, and the high caliber medal. Now you can see one of our battleships is taking on their Queen Elizabeth. I can't remember exactly what they were, but this match should be wrapped up very shortly. So back to the New Orleans, I guess, whilst we're waiting for this to pan out. The New Orleans was actually the first, its keel was laid on the 14th of March 1931 in the Brooklands Navy Yard, and was launched almost a whole 2 years later on the 12th of April of 1933. It was sponsored by Cora S. Jenke, I think I'm pronouncing right, who is from New Orleans. Him and his daughter were civil engineers and president of the Jenkins Shipping Company in New Orleans. Jenk had served under the Assistant Secretary of the US Navy and Administration under President Hoover before rejoining the private sector in 1933. So that's the end of our video today. I hope you found it helpful, and until next time, take care.